Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey again, and I would like to weave in some ends on this beautiful tapestry that I have finished. However, if you look on the back, holy moly, that is wild. So I want to start weaving these in so then I feel it a little bit closer to being done this one, and maybe I can get myself a little more motivated to work on the other one. I'm motivated, but I'm scared of it at the same time because of all the struggles. But I want to tighten these, I want to lock these into place, and I'm ready for this. So that's what I'm doing today. Glad you're here. First, I'm going to pick out a nice needle. I think I'm going to go with this one this time. I don't think I want a little one. I think I want a good sized one. So we're going to put those to the side in case I change my mind. Now, where to start? I think I'm going to start at the top, up here where this red is, and work these reds in. Okay, so I'm going to start with this guy here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go up and under and over and through the stitches, here and there, down. Okay, so we're going to go down. Alright, looking good so far. We're going to go up here and go like that. Then, just to mess things up, we're going to go down here. Okay, down, and then I'm going to go backtrack through there, back up. So then it's really twisty. Then we go over, under, through there too. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm so busy looking at that, I'm not even seeing if you can see. Sorry about that. If you missed what I was doing. We're going to go down here. I'm going to pull that out. We're going to come back up this way. Oh. Okay, and we're just going to come back down this way. Go up. Okay. And then I'm going to go back down. We're going to go this way. And then I'm going to go through here, right down to here. So it doesn't actually make any sense why I'm going this way, but go wild when you're weaving in the ends. Now, most people really hate weaving in the ends. I find it a little tedious, I get that. But I put on a good book or something to listen to, and it's not so bad. And it just neatens this up, because every time I pick it up, I can, which I've had to, because I have it sitting in a spot where I have to pick it up, so I don't forget it, that it needs to be done. You know, just forcing myself to see things that need to be finished and done. Alright, I think that's pretty good. So that one is woven in. It is part of the tapestry now. I'm gonna grab my scissors, and the blue ones. I had to replant a fern I have that isn't doing too great. It was a rescue plant anyways, but I'm really trying to keep it alive. So I had to replant it today. And I hope it's going to be okay. My aloe jumped out of its pot recently. The roots just completely died. I'm not even sure why. I don't not keep it soaking wet or anything, because I know with aloe you want it to dry out and just be soft moisture, not like saturated. I call it soft because it's just easier for my brain sometimes, because I'm not AI, so sometimes my words are hard to find. And yeah, so now I have to reroot it, and apparently to reroot an aloe vera plant, you're supposed to spray it. And my fern is supposed to be in very wet dirt, and I let the dirt dry out because I knew I was going to have to replant it. I didn't like the size of pot it had, so it might take a while because I did put it in a much larger one. And I know the roots are going to need some space, and they were not very strong roots. They didn't have a lot of rooting to go on this plant, but it was quite tall, so I think it had been put in a small pot and then got moved to this one and didn't really like it much. So I added some fertilized dirt, added a little bit of, this is going to sound crazy, if you're a gardener you do know this, a little bit of eggshells actually. You get quite a bit of nutrients if you crush them up and just put them on your garden. It is a composting, and it has a lot of really good stuff for your soil, for your roots, gives the plants some energy and food to work with. And my light I use for my videos on my desk, if I'm sitting at the desk, is really actually quite good at being a indirect sunlight source. And both these plants need a bit of light. Aloe needs light, but not like, it would dry out if I left it in my patio, and it would definitely not have any moisture to it. It would not do well out and about. And I want to keep it all year round, so I don't want it getting used to like harsh sun and then have to be inside for the winter and not do great because I don't have the right kind of light for that. Yes, I do enjoy a nice plant or two. We have some direct sun ones on our patio, but we don't get direct sun for most of the summer, so we're going to see how that goes. Some broccoli, peppers, and what was the other one? I want to say cabbage, but it's not cabbage. It's another one that I was like, oh no, that's direct sun too. Shoot, I can't think of it. We've tried tomatoes about 4 or 5 times on this patio, and we have the room for it. We have the proper containers, drainage, all that stuff, even tomato cages, but we just don't have the sunlight that they desire. So cherry tomatoes do great, but big tomatoes, they don't get enough sun to ripen or grow to the size they want to. We even tried black German ones. Oh, they were so small, but they were tasty. Because of course I did eat them, but if I was to grow a beefsteak tomato, it's not going to do well. Alright, so we've twisted, we've turned. And this is why I have trouble taking my stuff apart later, if I need to. Let's see here. How are we doing? Who are you? Oh, you're just a piece of fuzz. I thought something was coming undone. There we go. Alright, doing well. So we have 2 in there. And this is going to get sewed on the side, so I'm not too worried about it curling and things like that. That's neither here nor there. That's not going to be very important for very long. Because I'm not sure if I want to crochet the edges together or if I'm just going to sew it. Have not gotten that far mentally. I do have the inside cover, so I might make it so you can take this right off for easier washing, but I doubt it. I'll probably just make the pillow live inside another case. Try to keep everything together as long as possible. But I do really like this one in particular. It turned out Really nice. I love how the picture looks. I was so back and forth on it. If you've seen the videos on me making it, it was a trial, that's to say the least. I've never done tapestries, so this is my first one, and I am working on my second. And of course I had to pick something super ambitious. I couldn't pick, you know, a small cartoon character or something. Like something small, something easy to do. But no, I gotta go full blown. All the way, or don't go at all. Go big or go home. Go. Yes. Perfecto. So this one should keep them from coming out. I'm taking over. I'm doing what they want to do. There's a nice red one here. And that's that medium red. This one I'm going to be using more on the other side. So they're not going to match perfectly. They are going to be slightly different times. And I think that's going to be fine because I'm doing front and back of this pillow. So they don't have to exactly be the same time. I don't think I'd like that. I think that would be a little unrealistic. Because, you know, the sun sets so fast. And, yeah. You're not necessarily going to see a deer and a hunter at the same time. In almost the same background. But maybe. I mean, stranger things have happened. Seen some trail cameras picking up, like, Chewbacca walking through the woods. It's a joke. It's a joke. It made me laugh pretty hard, though. I guess somebody found out their neighbor had a trail cam, and they went and bought themselves a couple them and their family, a couple Star Wars outfits. One was dressed as Chewie, and the other person was possibly a child, and they were dressed up as a little Ewok. And oh, I thought it was just the funniest thing. I would have laughed so hard if that were my camera. That would have had me laughing and laughing, because I would know it would be like a funny prank. Anyway, because nobody would be hurt by that prank, and it would just be good ha-has. We got you, because it would be so surprising. Like, why is Chewbacca in my woods? Definitely don't go out after dark. Okay. But I've always thought Chewie was a good guy, so. Got a bit of a mouth on him, though. From what I understand, Chewie has words. Or she. Sorry, Chewie's a female. I forgot about that. My bad. Chewie's a girl. She's a lady. She's a lady baka. If I'm wrong, sorry about that, but I was pretty sure I'd heard that Chewie was a girl. Chewie baka. Okay. I think that's enough on that one, because this is a super long piece of yarn. And I'm not sure why I thought I would need that much left over. Probably just playing it safe, knowing me. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So we're going to tighten this one a little. We're going to pull right there. Then I'm going to go through here. Okay. We're going to come back this way. Go through here. And get that piece of hair, because we don't want that in my project, right? And yeah, this would probably take me a movie or so to do. Or a couple chapters of my book. But I have a couple games where they're management games, and I'm at a point now in these games where I can actually run the game, play it for like half a minute, and then I'm stuck sitting watching everything happen around me. I've been playing a couple supermarket games where I run a supermarket, and I'm comparing a bot game to a free game, and they're really quite similar. Finding it kind of interesting how, like, even the game engine is the same, the setup's pretty close. I'm finding it quite interesting that, you know, somebody's charging this much for this game, and the one that's free is actually, I dare say it, but they're a little more into trying to create a community. They want people on their Discord to talk about upcoming ideas for the game and get feedback from the community before they get into maybe selling it, if they ever do. But they're saying they probably are just going to leave it as a free game because it's something that they think is fun. And that's quite refreshing. One of my favorite games is Stardew Valley, and the creator of it is just a gem of a person. He does the game completely on his own. It has been a top-selling game since it came out almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago, somewhere along that line. It's about as old as my middle daughter. And yeah, it's reasonably priced. It is such a sweet game. And it's very easy to play where you don't have any of those pressures of this mission. If you don't do it right now, you can always do it later. If you don't want to do that today, you don't have to. There's fishing, mining, and of course farming, because it is a farm simulator, but it is pretty fun. I find a lot of people like romancing the other characters. Not my favorite thing. I don't do that in any of my games just because I'm already married. I got my kids in real life. I don't want to do that in my off time. I'm taking a break from that lifestyle, so I just want to have some fun. But yeah. Anyways, I started talking about video games on a crochet thing, but that's okay because my mind is wandering as I'm doing this, and that's kind of the fun part, I think, of putting these in. I get to tighten these pieces, reinforce my work, and make sure that's going to stay, and my mind can wander at the same time to random offbeat topics as per usual. So, thanks for listening to me ramble today. And hopefully this will inspire somebody else to weave in some ends soon. Because it's the thing we all put off the most. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I will see you again soon. Bye!